rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is now 9:33 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We hope you're all doing good and having a great brand new year. It's January the 3rd. It's Tuesday, January the 3rd, and we are here and for another episode of Puttin In The Work. Brett, how you feeling?
I'm good.
It's good. How's life?
Can't complain.
All right. Nobody would listen anyway. So we want to say that we hope that all of you wonderful people out there are having a beautiful, motivated 2023. That's something that's new. Out with the old, in with the new. In addition to that, we got some new laws. The state of Illinois passed a whole bunch of new laws that all came in on the first of the year. Brett's going to tell us about a couple of those real quick. Brett, go ahead and start us off.
The fun ones. Okay, so for the fourth straight year, workers 18 and older who earn minimum wage in Illinois will see their pay rate go up on January 1st with a $1 increase to $13 per hour. The annual increases are the result of a measure Governor J.B. Pritzker signed into law in 2019 when the minimum wage was $8.25 per hour. That in steps will raise to $15 per hour in 2025. In Chicago, the minimum wage for employers with more than 20 workers, which is tied to inflation, went up to $15.40 per hour on July 1st and will increase again this year by 2.5%, or the rate of inflation, whichever is lower. Cook County has set a minimum wage of $13.35, though most county municipalities have opted out. Those municipalities will still be governed by the state minimum wage.
All right, that's good. So that was the minimum wage working part, right?
For
What did it say, Cook County?
Workers 18 and older who earn minimum wage.
All right, thank you very much for that. We'll come back to the next piece of the news.
Okay.
Jean Lynn, good morning, dear friend. Jean Lynn is going to be our guest tomorrow morning on Good Morning Aurora, so get ready for that. Tracy Duran is here.
Hi, Tracy.
Jackie Waldeer.
Hi, Jackie.
Greg Zilioli.
Hi, Greg.
Brian O'Dwyer.
AOD, how's it
better
going?
known as O'Dizzle. OD, that's what we'll call him. O'Dizzle. It's got a nice ring to it, right?
Yeah.
Brian, do you rap? Chris Kopiak.
Hi, Chris.
Here, and Colleen Barry Puttin is here as well. Mom's watching.
She's my mom.
You got to, Dwizzy, he said.
Yes.
You got to love mom. So we were, if you guys missed it, we had a fantastic New Year's Eve party. It was a whole lot of fun. We kicked it like some footballs at our local watering hole Tavern on Broadway.
Yeah.
You had a good time?
Yeah, it was great. I'm like, we both dressed up for the occasion. I'm like,
oh, yeah, we was looking good. You was looking good,
the caption on the post to put a smile on my face, good fellas. I couldn't help but laugh at that. I'm like, yes.
Well, you know what's funny about it, too? J.L. Harris, my brother, good morning. GMA, right back to you, dear brother. You know what was funny about that was you had on a white shirt and tie. I had on a white shirt and tie. Our buddy Jose had on a white shirt and tie. Well, he didn't have a tie on.
He didn't have a tie, but he still looked, good.
He still looked good. So we definitely qualified as good fellas.
Yeah.
Nobody's Italian, but it's all right.
Let the budget version of Goodfellas.
Right.
The ones that are just nice.
Hood fellas. Yo. Good morning to you, Chris, as well. And Colleen says, and the whole Good Morning Aurora crew. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate that. Stephanie
Thanks.
Clark Castillo is
Hi,
here.
Stephanie.
And George is here, too.
Hey, George.
So let's talk local. You guys went out to eat yesterday. Is that right?
Yeah, we did.
Where'd you guys go?
Well, I went to Alice's Corner Bolivian cuisine with the George and Stephanie yesterday. Great food. I talked about the restaurant on Thursday, and wow, really good place.
What'd you have?
Well, we started with steak empanadas. Then we moved on to having sandwiches. I had the steak. George had the milanesa, and then Steph had the avocado.
Yeah, the steak sandwich is good.
I'm like, really, it was fantastic. I'm like, and the really friendly staff. Like, if you have not been there, like, I highly recommend going.
Yeah, the guy, I think his name is Oscar. Oscar is the proprietor of Alice's Corner on Broadway, or excuse me, New York Street.
Yeah,
that's New York Street, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if you guys are ever in downtown Aurora, please check out Alice's Corner Bolivian Restaurant. It got 5 stars from Brett, and if Brett recommends it, you might want to try it. The time is 8:39.
We also
9:39.
went to the Cinco de Mayo Bakery.
Oh, nice joint. Nice place.
It was my first time going into a place like that, and wow. Like, we walked in, like, George and staff were telling me how they have a place like that where they live, and I'm...
Where do they live? They live in Chicago, right?
Yeah, Midlothian, South Side.
Oh, yeah. Shout out. That's right. We're all from the same neighborhood kind of thing. Yeah, Midlothian, South Side,
Best side of town.
Homewood, all that, way back there. So Harvey, Illinois, that's where I'm from. So, yeah, that's what I love about doing this. I remember that. We are all kind of like in the same area thing.
Yeah, we all got connections.
Okay, so the time is 9:39 a.m. Give us another one of the quick laws that changed up real quick for us, too. And I'm going to take us to a commercial while you do that, my brother.
Well, the government tax increase. So after a 6-month election year reprieve, drivers will see taxes go up at the pump twice in 2023. The first hike on New Year's Day will be an increase of 3.1 cents to 42.3 cents per gallon.
Was that it?
Yeah, and then, like, want me to read the education one?
Yes, please.
Just get that out of the way.
My bad.
And then education changes. So another education-related law that takes effect in the new year requires school personnel, administrators, and Board of Education members to receive training in how trauma can affect a student academic performance and behavior. Separately, Chicago Public Schools will be required to review its enrollment at least once every 5 years to determine whether new school boundaries are needed. Middle and high schools statewide also now will be required to give students one excused absence per school year to attend a civic event sponsored by a nonprofit or a government entity.
Now that is, thank you very much for that. Now let me scratch that up real quick. So that's something that we talked about. Gabriel Bradford and I just talked about that yesterday on the show. That's an important thing because now young kids can, you can get a day out of school to go do something good and work with a nonprofit or attend a civic event. That's big.
Yeah.
That is really big. Kids can learn a lot of things in a lot of different places and not just in the classroom.
Definitely.
Absolutely. All right. So let us know what you guys did for New Year's Eve. You guys can let us know that in the chat. The time is 9:41. Where'd you guys go to? Where'd you hang out at? Did you guys see or do anything cool for the new year? I knew that, when you left, what time did you go? You left at like 10, right?
Like 11:30-ish.
Did you?
If I remember correctly.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. You left before we started popping champagne. You left before the countdown.
Well, because I had to go to work the next day. Happy
Right.
New Year to me, right?
That's nice. That's being responsible, young man. That's really good.
I'm like, my friend Chris was in the same boat. He's like, well, I got to go to work tomorrow, too. And I'm like,
right.
now keep things going.
Local H, Big Bird, Local H concert?
Yeah, there was a local H concert at Bottom Lounge that Q101 was doing.
Oh,
So.
Georgia Steph. That's where you guys
Yeah.
were at. Oh, okay. I see. Local H concert. Oh, yeah. I saw the pictures that they posted.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look good. That looked like a good
Yeah.
time, man. Yeah, we were hanging out. Me and Brett and a whole lot of the fam came through there. All of our people came. We were slapping high five and kicking back.
Yeah.
Had a couple of libations. It was really, really good.
It was fun.
How was that burger and fries you had? You were smashing it.
Oh, really good.
I saw that.
I gotta go back there. Like there are a ton of places I gotta go within the city of Aurora.
Yeah. Well, Brett, as I've mentioned many times, you are a dedicated member and part of the Good Morning Aurora family now. So we'll be going on different places, man. You'll be with us.
Sounds
You know
great.
what I'm saying? I think the next place that we'll go to, if you guys are interested, Ballydoyle in Aurora.
I've been
nice
there.
joint.
A really fun place. I was actually there last New Year's, if I remember correctly.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, really
Nice
nice
place.
place. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
I used to live in the apartment right next door on top of it. Yep.
Okay.
Right across from where Alice's Corner is now.
Nice.
Like right across the street from there. And I remember thinking when I walked into Alice's, like, none of this was here when I lived here, right?
Yeah.
This would have been great. Go across the street, get some Bolivian food. Tracy Duran says, hubby had to work, so my daughter and I celebrated watching the New York City countdown, then the Chicago countdown. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you guys a quick story. When the countdown was going on, I had the microphone, and now I'm talking. The band had played. Shout out to the Hangovers who played our party.
Yeah, great people.
They did a good job.
Yeah, I
They
really
did a
liked
good
it.
job. You made some friends with them, too. Sammy said he was feeling you.
Yeah, and I'm like, that guitar solo they did.
Oh,
I'm
Josh?
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, like, wow.
Yeah.
He is super talented. I'm thinking he'll be the next to Slash, right?
Right? He's like a 21-year-old Tommy Iommi.
Really, he was killing it.
Yeah. No, he's a really good guy, and I think that he really liked you. He had some nice things to say about you.
Oh, that's good.
As well. But yeah, we're gonna do some really cool things. But anyway, when I got the mic, I was looking for the countdown clock, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the countdown clock, and when it finally did pull it up on the screen, it's buffering. When it finally did come up on the screen, I had 10 seconds left, so I almost missed the countdown at my own party.
So it was like the Simpsons episode where the ball is not coming down. It's 10, 9,
yes,
8,
basically
5. Yeah.
Yep, basically. I love The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons.
Me too.
Stephanie says, my first time to Aurora yesterday. Brett was a great host. All right, my man. That's what's up.
Hey, want to show my friends a good time?
That's right.
We were talking after we went to Alice's Corner in the Cinco de Mayo bakery. I'm like, we were talking about spending a day just down here exploring.
Yeah, we've got a lot.
Chip mentioned the casino, and I'm like, buddy, we need to go there.
Yeah, might want to go there the last couple of times because that casino is going to be moving to Farnsworth. Ain't that right, Tracy? The casino is going to be moving it's going to be moving out there by the Outlet Mall. So it's not going to be in downtown Aurora. It's one of the biggest stories of last year. Yep. Yeah. I'm not really a casino guy. I go in there for the food, go lay, that's it. But,
Yeah.
You gamble?
Well, only one time I went to Vegas with my father last March. It was my maiden voyage there. So I just stick to the slot machines because they don't take any food, but...
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And your birthday's coming up, right? March?
Nah, August 6th.
August. Why the hell did I think it was March 6th? Who's got a birthday March 6th that I should know?
Well, my buddy Peyton has a birthday on March 2nd, so...
okay. Well, whoever Peyton is, shout out to you, my man.
We've been friends since 2 years old.
Amanda Martinez Velasco.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda. How you doing? The time is 9:47 a.m. All right, I'm going to take you to a commercial. Give us a couple more of those new laws, my dear brother, and then we'll come back to talk to the people.
Okay,
All right.
I already went over all this stuff you circled.
You did?
For me, yeah.
We'll take the, let me see real quick. There you go.
Right,
You're good.
the state also is clarifying it are intended to ensure that workers receive at least 1 day off per work week. Modifications on the 1 day rest in 7 Act include specifying that workers receive 24 hours off after working 6 consecutive days, regardless of whether the days fall within 1 calendar week. The new law also requires a second 20-minute meal or rest break for employees who work a 12-hour shift. Current law requires 1 break for those who work 7.5 hours or longer. Yeah, that was the last one, I believe.
All right, good. And then
Yeah.
if you could deliver this for our friends too. We got information about 211 in Kane County. Thank you very much. The time is
Yeah, of course.
9:48 a.m.
So 1 free call to 211 connects you with all human services in Kane County, and you can get help with food, clothing, shelter, housing, rent, utility assistance, counseling, substance abuse, domestic violence, sexual assault, transportation, support groups, senior services, aging parents, child care, employment, legal assistance, and health care. And you can give help by volunteering locally, find ways to donate food, clothes, and furniture, and then save 211 and you contact list for your future reference.
That's right. Save 211 in your contact list for future reference. The time is 9:49 a.m. You're listening to the #1 morning show in the entire. I mean, right?
Well, like,
I mean,
yeah, I'm like,
right.
yeah,
The #1 everywhere. You're listening to Puttin In The Work, the world's newest podcast show.
I'm trying my best to. I'm like, yeah.
Word.
My friends from the Q101 page have been saying, like,
Oh, that's what it
Yeah.
was. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. A friend of mine texted me yesterday, and he said he heard you on Q101.
yeah, I called in to Joey Dominic
That's
yesterday.
what it was.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
what it was.
Funny thing is, it's like he's around my age, so it's like, buddy.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
my buddy Steve Rodriguez texted me, and he said, yo, I heard your boy on the radio. I said, first of all, because I have a 10-year-old. I was like, so when you say my boy, what the hell do you mean? He says, I heard Brett on the radio, man. So congratulations, man.
I also called in. I knew you, even my friends recorded it. Like, it was
Okay.
awesome. Like, one of the people in the comments of that post said, like, I could tell you and Joey were throwing out. And I'm like, oh, yeah, of course. I'm like,
Right.
and Joey was saying how with the next generation and we could, like, change things and, like, really, like, Freebird.
Absolutely. Tracy Duran says, yes, the casino should be moving over by the outlet mall. The one on New York Street will eventually be dismantled, and the land is supposed to be left as it was before it was built. So just you mean just they'll demolish the casino and just leave it as is with the waterway and everything back there? That should be pretty interesting.
Oh, wait, so is there, like, a date for, like, that?
Well, that's a good question, Brett, because they it was this year, a few months ago, that the city council approved the sale and purchase. So now it's time for the ground to be broken. And anybody listening to the chat from Aurora knows and can clarify that, but that's what it was. So it's been approved. I think we're looking at like 2 or 3 years before it actually gets up and running.
Oh, so, like, there's still time to, like, go then?
Oh yeah, you can still go in there.
Okay, because I'm like, I was thinking, I'm like, if it's happening within, like, a couple weeks, I'd be like, George, we gotta get together, man, come on.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, get your hustle on, like like a low budget Ocean's 11. Yeah.
Yeah, just like to play slot machines and hopefully go home with some extra money.
Right. Absolutely. The time is 9:52 a.m. Listen to Watching Good Morning Aurora. So what's on the agenda for this year, man? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do? What is the #1 thing that you want to accomplish? What's the biggest goal you got?
Well, I am graduating from Wabansie Community College in May.
All right.
And then I know I want to hopefully pursue a career in podcasting. Like, really, I'm happy that I even have this opportunity. Like, this is fantastic. I love it. And, yeah, just see where I go from there. Like, I'm just looking forward to graduating and all
right.
that.
Well, you graduate in May.
Yeah.
Good morning, Aurora. We've got a lot of things that we've got cooking. So you will
Definitely.
be you're gonna be with us till May. You know that, right?
Hey, that's great.
All right.
And then
Because I think we talked about on one of our shows here, the people from Wabanzi did not give me a date when your mentorship was going to end. So
damn, like, really, I want to keep this going for as long as I
yeah,
can.
this had no end date. And for some reason, now they're not answering my emails either.
Hey, I'm like,
But they're dear
Yeah.
friends. Jennifer, shout out to you, my dear. The time is 9:53. Ginger Gallagher is here.
hi, Ginger.
Hi, Ginger Gallagher. How you doing? Happy New Year to you, Ginger Gallagher. GG. That's
Yeah.
a cool thing when you read people's names. That's where I come up with these weird, nicknames and all that. Oh, Dwizzle. So yeah, I tell you this, I will be. We got a Chicago. We got invited to an event in Chicago, March. And I'm thinking about taking the whole crew,
Really?
taking all you guys down there with me. Yeah, we got invited to an event in Chicago. There's a lounge that's opening up, and they want us to come cover it.
I'm all for
I
that.
think we might bring the news camera over there and
Yes.
take it out there, and see what's happening.
Like, yeah, really, I'd be more than happy to go down there and help out because,
Yep.
like, really, I'm happy to be a part of the team, and I can't wait to see what we do next.
Oh
so,
yeah, we got things cooking.
Definitely.
So and also we had the whole team today too. So we took our team pick today, and we'll be posting that later on for you guys to see. I want to say thank you very much to everybody who supports Brett here. Putting in the Work is a great show and a great segment, and we're glad to help highlight this young man and support any and everything that he wants to do. The time is 9:54. Well, I'll tell you this, guys. On a personal note, I am absolutely, I feel really good this year. I really do. Because a lot of the things that I wanted to do last year, I did, and we just set up. It's like volleyball, right? You got the set nice, and you're just going to come spike it.
Yeah.
2023 is going to be all spiking. That's what
Sounds
we're
good
gonna
to
be-
me.
That's what we're going to be doing this year. So I hope that all of you guys continue to listen in. Thank you very much for following the page, following the show. Please subscribe to us subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Got to get our numbers up on there, but we appreciate everybody who does listen and tune in. Tune in. So what do you got going on today? Do you work today?
Well, on days where I do the podcast, I just chill out after. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
All right. When do you go back to work?
tomorrow.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so, like, the schedule is changing, but they said, like, it wouldn't go into effect until, like, today or something, so,
Okay.
yeah.
Nabisco.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Do you get free product to take home?
It's funny, like, when I started working the job, the supervisor I worked with, Paul Swanson, super nice guy, he told me, like, how before COVID and everything, like, we could go to, like, warehouses and, like, you would have, like, damaged product in it because, I don't know what happens, probably take a baseball bat to, like, the pallet before they send it out. It's like, you open the box and you see, like, a busted tin of Oreos and you're like, what the heck happened here?
And they give it away.
But, yeah, like, so you could go to a warehouse on a weekend and just get a cart, put all the damaged product you want in it, and then go. But now it's like, now you can't do that because of, I don't know, like,
I remember
it's
like
complicated.
one of my first jobs, the real first job I had, I worked at I used to work at the Jewel on 127th and Western in like Blue Island. And I remember if the can has a little dent in it, they take it off the shelf, they might toss it or they might don't, and it's like, whoa, just for a little dent in a can. Like, it's not, the product is still good, just dent it.
I remember learning about, like, what a dented can means in my foods class back in high school.
What it means?
Yeah, it's like we learned about foodborne illness, and, like, if the dent is, like, huge, then that could be, like, a sign, like, if you actually eat, like, what's in the dented can, you could get, like, botulism, and, like, that is, like, serious
Really?
foodborne illness. Like, you could do
If the can is dented,
functioning of you thems and stuff. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, that could happen?
if
What
it's
the-
dented,
Oh, yeah, but if, like, the dent is, like, really big, like, my teacher for that class, Miss Savitsky, like, she had a can with a big dent and, like, a plastic bag that she showed us. I'm like, oh, how does that even happen? Like,
I didn't
really?
know that. I would think if it was like, if the can was penetrated and it got, and then
I'm
it
like-
sat there and bacteria got in, but
Yeah.
even if the can is dented,
Well,
damn.
like, if it's a big one, like, if it's a small one, it's like, okay, whatever, it's probably dropped. But I'm like, when I learned that, I'm like, okay.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's another thing to be afraid of.
The last thing a brother needs is botulism of all things.
Yeah.
All right. So Shelly Wakeman is here. Good morning to you,
Morning.
Shelly. And George says, Jewel, 95th of Pulaski, 95 to 2000. And my old Jewel, Calumet Park, born and raised. Glad to see all of you fantastic people here in the chat with us. I think that a lot of the different like illnesses and foodborne illnesses and stuff
Yeah.
like that, they're always being found out because people are, even if there was 2023, people are always like doing something that they shouldn't to discover some other bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, remember when the Tide Pod thing was the little
yeah,
challenge?
I remember that, and like I was in high school at the time. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me with
Yeah,
this.
that's
It's like,
insane.
really, whenever I hear about stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, I know I'm 22, and I look at that stuff. I'm like, okay, are you kidding me?
Right.
Yeah, this is why my generation is getting looked at in like a bad way.
So the time is 9:59 a.m. Is there anything that we forgot? Anything that we gotta tell the people before we get out of here?
Well, I covered all the news, and then
Told them about 211, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we did our job. I think so. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of Puttin In The Work. What's up?
and as always, stay classy, Aurora.
That's
forget
right.
that.
Words of wisdom from our brother Brett. Stay classy. Putting in the Work returns Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. So please be ready for that. Ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourself and each other.